What if everything you believed was helping you was actually keeping you stuck? Success, confidence, purpose, what if they aren't found but created? Most people wait for the right time, the perfect opportunity, the moment they feel ready. But the truth? That moment never comes. The Stoics knew this. Life doesn't reward hesitation, it rewards action. Today, I'll show you 7 Stoic principles that can shift your mindset, redefine your habits, and change your life, starting now. This isn't just another self-improvement video. This is your wake-up call, because by the end of this, you won't just understand Stoicism, you'll start living it. Are you ready? Let's begin. 1. The turning point. There comes a moment when everything changes, but not because the world shifts, because you do. Not luck, not a perfect opportunity, just a realization. If you don't take control of your life, someone else will. Think about it. How often do you tell yourself you'll start when the time is right? But when has that perfect moment ever actually arrived? This is the paradox. The right time never comes. You don't wait for it. You create it. The Stoics knew this well. Life doesn't reward hesitation, it rewards action. Your thoughts, choices, and habits shape your reality. But most people hesitate, overthinking, doubting, delaying. And while they wait, life moves on without them. That's why today we cut through the excuses. No more waiting. By the end of this video, you won't just understand Stoicism, you'll have a blueprint for action. 7 Stoic principles that will shift your mindset, redefine your habits, and put you back in control, starting now. You don't wait for change, you create it. And today, we'll break through the excuses, together. 2. Take control or stay stuck. The power of personal responsibility. The hard truth. What if the biggest obstacle in your life was you? Most people blame circumstances, luck, or others. It's easier that way, but here's the truth. Nothing changes until you take full responsibility. And if your choices got you here, they can get you out. So why do most people stay stuck? The trap of blame. I'd be happier if my job was better. I'd be successful if I had more opportunities. Sounds familiar? This mindset convinces you that life is happening to you, when in reality, it's shaped by you. The Stoics saw through this illusion. We can't control everything, but we can always control our response. Epictetus put it bluntly. It's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. So how do you stop reacting and start taking control? Step 1. Drop the excuses. Blaming your boss, past, or the economy changes nothing. If you keep saying, I can't because of X, you're handing away your power. The Stoics focused only on what they controlled. Everything else, just noise. Ask yourself, am I blaming something or avoiding responsibility? Because once you stop looking outward for the problem, you can finally start looking inward for the solution. Step 2. Audit your actions. Your life isn't built by chance, it's built by your daily choices. Every action either moves you forward or keeps you stuck. So take a hard look at how you spend your time, how you react to challenges, how you handle setbacks. Are your actions aligned with the future you want? If not, what needs to change? Step 3. Own what you can control. Real power comes from letting go of what you can't change and mastering what you can. You can't control the economy, but you can adapt. You can't control others, but you can control your response. You can't change the past, but you can learn from it. The moment you stop waiting and start acting, you take back your power. But here's the real test. What happens when life throws something truly unfair? A betrayal, a failure, a setback, that blindsides you. Most people react with frustration, anger, or self-doubt. They let the world dictate their peace. The Stoics did the opposite. Up next, how to stay unshaken, no matter what. 3. Mastering emotional resilience. Becoming unbreakable. Who controls your mind? Your peace is under attack by news, opinions, distractions, but only if you let it. Every time a headline makes you anxious, a comment ruins your mood, or someone's words trigger self-doubt, ask yourself, who's really in control of your emotions? Most people let the world dictate how they feel. The Stoics, they built an inner citadel, a fortress of the mind, where no external force could disturb their peace. Today, you'll learn how to build yours. Why modern life weakens you emotionally. We live in an age of non-stop stimulation, news updates, online debates, social comparisons. Your emotions are constantly being hijacked, pulled into frustration, anxiety, and outrage. The more you react, the weaker you become. Seneca warned, "You are disturbed not by things, but by the view you take of them." Meaning, it's not events that break you, it's how you respond. So how do you stop letting the world control your emotions? Step 1. Expect challenges. Stop being shocked by hardship. Most people hope life will be easy. The Stoics knew better. Hardships aren't the exception, they're the rule. The mistake isn't facing problems, the mistake is being surprised by them. If you expect life to be smooth, every setback feels personal. If you prepare for obstacles, you face them with strength instead of shock. Marcus Aurelius put it simply, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." So instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this teaching me?" That shift alone makes you unshakable. Step 2. Train yourself to respond with logic, not emotion. Most people react emotionally, anger, panic, frustration. But emotions cloud judgment. They make you impulsive, weak. The Stoics trained themselves to pause, to ask, "Is this worth my energy? What part of this can I control? What action can I take?" Seneca's advice. A wise man is not troubled by what he cannot control. So before reacting, pause. Most things aren't worth your energy at all. Step 3. Reframe obstacles as opportunities. Marcus Aurelius believed obstacles weren't setbacks. They were the way forward. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This means every difficulty isn't something to endure, it's something to use. A challenge at work, a chance to sharpen your skills, a betrayal, a lesson in resilience, a failure, an opportunity to grow stronger. Weak people see problems as reasons to quit. Strong people see problems as training. The Stoic pause. Here's how you apply this in real life. Reframe hardship as training. Next time you're frustrated, stop and say, "This is my test. This is my training." Create a Stoic pause. Before reacting emotionally, stop. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, does this deserve my energy? 99% of the time, the answer is no. Pause. Music fades slightly, then builds. Stop chasing. Let others step forward. When you stop reacting emotionally, you gain control. But most people give away their power in another way, chasing validation. They seek approval. They try to force relationships, attention, and respect. The Stoics knew the truth. When you stop chasing, the right things come to you. Up next, how to stop seeking approval and start commanding respect. Smooth fade out. Transition to next principle. 4. Stop chasing. Let others step forward. Are you giving away your power? Are you always the one reaching out, checking in, making plans? Now ask yourself, if you stopped today, who would step forward? Most people chase relationships, validation, approval. But the Stoics knew, the more you chase, the less you're valued. Marcus Aurelius put it simply, don't be overheard complaining, not even to yourself. Because seeking validation is the fastest way to lose self-respect. It's time to break that cycle. The modern validation trap. Attention is currency. Social media, dating apps, even friendships condition us to seek approval. But here's the truth. Genuine connections don't require chasing. If someone values you, they'll show up. If they don't, no effort will make them care. The Stoics believed peace comes from within, not from others' opinions. So, how do you stop seeking validation and take back your power? The Stoic principle of detachment. Detachment isn't indifference, it's self-respect. True connections are mutual. If you have to convince someone to stay, they were never really there. Marcus Aurelius taught, don't waste energy on what you can't control. And nothing is more out of your control than how others feel about you. Instead of chasing, the Stoics focused on becoming valuable, and the right people naturally gravitated toward them. So how do you apply this? Step 1. Stop initiating. See who steps forward. For 1 full week, stop reaching out. Step back. Observe. Who notices? Who puts in effort? Who truly values you? You'll quickly see who is invested and who was just used to you doing the work. This isn't punishment, it's clarity. Once you see the truth, you won't chase what isn't meant for you. Step 2. Invest in yourself, not approval. When you stop chasing, you create space. Space to build yourself, strengthen your mind and body, develop new skills, pursue your purpose. The more you grow, the less you need external validation. Seneca put it simply, self-sufficiency is the key to freedom, because when you are whole, you are unstoppable. When you stop chasing, the right things come to you. The moment you stop chasing, everything shifts. The right people step forward, the wrong ones fade away, and most importantly, you reclaim your power. A person who doesn't chase commands respect. This is Stoic detachment, not withdrawal, but strength. The power of daily action. Now that you've reclaimed your power, the next step is action, because transformation comes from discipline, not thoughts. How the Stoics built unstoppable momentum by mastering daily action. 5. The discipline of daily action. Are you waiting for motivation that will never come? How many times have you told yourself, I'll start tomorrow, or waited for the perfect moment to begin? Most people think they need motivation to take action, but the truth, action comes first, then motivation follows. This is one of the most powerful Stoic lessons, discipline over emotion, action over hesitation. Marcus Aurelius didn't rely on motivation, he relied on daily discipline, and today you'll learn how to do the same. The illusion of motivation, why waiting keeps you stuck. Think about the last time you felt inspired. Maybe after a book, a video, or someone's success story. For a moment you felt unstoppable. But what happened the next day? That feeling faded, and without it, you fell back into old patterns. This is why motivation is unreliable. It's fleeting. It's not a strategy. The Stoics knew waiting to feel ready was just procrastination in disguise. Instead of chasing motivation, they built habits. They made discipline a way of life. Marcus Aurelius on daily discipline, the key to consistency. Every morning, Marcus Aurelius asked himself, what is the most important thing I can do today? Not what do I feel like doing, but what must be done. This is the core of daily action. Decide, execute, no excuses. The Stoics understood that success isn't about doing everything, it's about doing what matters most. That's where the 80-20 rule comes in. 80% of your results come from just 20% of your actions. Focus on what moves you forward. Ignore the rest. So, how do you apply this? Step 1. Identify your one most important task. Before distractions take over, ask yourself, if I could only accomplish one thing today, what would have the biggest impact? This is your priority. Everything else is secondary, because high achievers don't do everything, they do what matters. If your day ended and you only finished this one task, would you still feel like you made progress? If yes, start with that. Step 2. Block out distractions. Commit to deep work. Once you've identified your priority, your biggest challenge is focus. We live in a world designed to steal your attention. Notifications, emails, endless scrolling. The Stoics guarded their mind like a fortress. You must do the same. Here's how. Eliminate distractions. Turn off notifications. Close unnecessary tabs. Set your phone to do not disturb. Time block your work. Dedicate 90-minute blocks to deep work. No interruptions, no multitasking. Plan ahead. Decide your most important task the night before to avoid wasting time in the morning. Remove distractions. Sharpen focus. Get more done. Discipline creates freedom. Most think discipline is restrictive, but in reality, discipline is what sets you free. Free from procrastination, free from distractions, free from wasted potential. Because when you master daily action, you take control of your life, one decision at a time. This is the Stoic way. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Just take action. Now that you understand the power of discipline, the next step is even greater. Aligning your actions with something beyond yourself. Because true fulfillment isn't found in what you take, it's found in what you give. Why the Stoics believed contribution is the highest form of purpose. Smooth fade out, transition to next principle. 6. Finding purpose through contribution. Are you living only for yourself? You've achieved success, yet something still feels missing. Why do the wealthiest, most accomplished people still feel empty? Because real fulfillment doesn't come from what you take, it comes from what you give. Marcus Aurelius put it simply, what is not good for the hive is not good for the bee. We are not meant to live just for ourselves. Today, you'll learn why contribution is the key to purpose and how to apply it now. The myth of self-centered success society tells us success is about getting more, money, achievements, status. But look at those who seem to have everything, yet still feel lost. Because the happiest people aren't those who accumulate, they are the ones who serve. The Stoics knew true purpose isn't in what you gain, but in how you impact others. Not just through grand gestures, but in small, daily acts of value. Marcus Aurelius on contribution. As emperor, Marcus Aurelius had power, wealth, everything, yet his focus was never on himself, it was on serving others. He saw leadership not as a privilege, but as a duty. He wrote, "Do not act as if you have 1,000 years to live. As long as you live, while it is in your power, be good. Because what you do for others defines who you become." So, how do you apply this? Step 1. Add value to someone's life today. Most people overcomplicate contribution, but it's not about grand gestures. It's about small, intentional actions. A word of encouragement, sharing knowledge, helping without expecting anything in return. Shift your focus from "what do I need" to "how can I help?" Try this today. Mentor someone younger or less experienced. offer a genuine compliment, teach a skill, or share advice. Perform an act of kindness without seeking recognition. Because the more you give, the more valuable you become. Step 2. Shift from "what can I get" to "what can I give?" Most people operate from scarcity, always chasing what they lack. The Stoics saw things differently. The more you give, the richer your life becomes. Think about it. The people we admire most aren't the ones who took everything for themselves. They're the ones who built, shared, and left the world better than they found it. Ask yourself, what do I have that I can share? Knowledge, teach it. Time, give it. Opportunities, open doors for others. Contribution isn't about loss, it's about creating something bigger than yourself. Final thought. True success is measured by what you give. At the end of your life, no one will remember what you owned. They will remember what you contributed, the impact you made, the lives you touched. Because true purpose is found in service, not status. The Stoics understood this. Now, you do too. So from this moment forward, don't just chase success. Seek impact. Give more. Watch your life transform. Living with unshakable inner peace. Now that you understand the power of contribution, the next step is even greater. Mastering your inner world. Because without inner peace, no success will ever feel fulfilling. Up next, how the Stoics cultivated unshakable inner peace and how you can too. Smooth fade out. Transition to next principle. 7. Living with unshakable inner peace. What if nothing could disturb your peace? Imagine a mind so steady that chaos can't shake it, a heart so calm that no external force can break it. This is what the Stoics called ataraxia, unshakable tranquility. And today, you'll learn how to cultivate it. Why most people are always anxious people live in a constant state of worry. Not because life is hard, but because they try to control the uncontrollable. They stress over opinions, the future, and problems that haven't even happened. The Stoics knew suffering doesn't come from events, it comes from attachment to them. Epictetus put it simply, happiness and freedom begin with understanding. Some things are within our control, and some things are not. The key to peace? Knowing the difference. Step 1. Reduce mental clutter. Your mind is a garden. What you allow in will grow. Fill it with distractions, negativity, and chaos. It will be restless. But plant wisdom, clarity, and focus. It will be a place of peace. Limit negativity. Stop doom scrolling and consuming toxic content. Avoid pointless battles. Not every argument is worth your energy. Simplify mental inputs. Be selective about what you let into your mind. The less noise you allow in, the calmer you become. Step 2. Create a daily Stoic silence practice. Most people are in constant reaction mode, jumping from one task, one notification to the next. But peace is found in stillness. The Stoics practiced daily reflection, a time to disconnect from the world and reconnect with themselves. Set aside 15 minutes of silence every day. No phone, no distractions. Reflect. Am I living according to my values? Let your mind settle. Clarity comes when external noise fades. This one habit will change how you experience life. Marcus Aurelius on unshakable peace. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire. He faced war, betrayal, and pressure most can't imagine. Yet, he remained calm. Why? Because he didn't seek peace in the world, he built it within. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." He saw his mind as a fortress, untouchable, unshakable. The question is, are you guarding yours? Step 3. Embrace amor fati. Love everything that happens. Most people resist life. They fight reality. They wish things were different. But the Stoics did the opposite. They called it amor fati, love your fate. Instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" they asked, "How can this serve me?" Lost an opportunity. It wasn't meant for you. Focus on what's next. Facing adversity. Good. It's making you stronger. Unexpected change. Accept it. Adapt. Move forward. When you stop resisting and start embracing, peace follows naturally. True strength is internal. Most think power comes from control, controlling people, controlling outcomes. But the greatest power is self-mastery. Control your mind, your emotions, your reactions. Then, no matter what life throws at you, you will stand firm. This is true Stoic peace. The ultimate challenge. Now that you understand inner peace, the final step is even greater, because the ultimate Stoic challenge isn't just knowing, it's doing. Up next, the one principle that separates those who dream from those who transform their lives. Let's dive in. You've just learned 7 Stoic principles, each with the power to reshape your mindset and your life. The question is, what will you do with them? Philosophy isn't something you learn, it's something you live. Most people finish a video, feel inspired, and then go back to their old patterns. But the Stoics didn't seek inspiration, they sought action. So before you move on, ask yourself, which principle will I apply today? Personal responsibility. Your life is shaped by your choices. Own them. Emotional resilience. Control your reactions, and nothing controls you. Stop chasing. Let others step forward. If you always pursue, you give away your power. The discipline of daily action. Success isn't about motivation, it's about consistency. Finding purpose through contribution. True fulfillment comes from what you give, not what you take. Living with unshakable inner peace. Stop resisting reality, embrace it, and you will be free. Taking action. The ultimate Stoic challenge, because knowledge without action is useless. Which one resonated with you the most? Which one do you need to apply right now? Your transformation doesn't happen in one day. It happens in the small daily choices you make. The Stoics understood that real growth isn't dramatic, it's consistent. That's why Marcus Aurelius wrote meditations, not for others, but as a daily reminder to himself. Your mind is your fortress. Guard it well. Start building today. If this video resonated with you, don't stop here. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications. This journey is just beginning. Leave a comment. Which Stoic principle hit you hardest? Which one will you apply today? And most importantly, watch the next video on your screen. Because self-mastery is a process. And this is just the beginning. Your mind is your fortress. Guard it well.